the Always Games TV podcast. The date is the 11th of September 2013, and I am Roger Knowles, and you are back once again for the episode 7 of the Always Games TV podcast, and once again I am joined by Tom Simpson.
Hey.
How are you, my friend?
Yeah, not bad. Thanks.
Have you been up to much this last couple of weeks?
Work.
Work? And more work.
I think I went to the pub at one point, maybe. Or twice. I can't remember.
That signs of a good night then.
I
think I said that last time we were on.
Did I actually? I can't remember. I remember going to work.
Remember going to work? That's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else I've been doing.
You've been doing much gaming?
Yeah, a bit.
You've been doing a little bit of modding on the Arma 3 mission editor, haven't you?
I haven't been modding, I've been playing about with the map.
Oh, on the map, sorry, creating...
Derpland.
I've had a little go on it, it's good fun. Just need to sort out the spawn situation on it.
Coding's kind of complex on that game.
I've given up. I tried doing one mission a while back and I then passed it over to you. Which, yeah.
Hey, it was good.
It wasn't bad. I knew what I wanted to do, I just didn't know how to do it. Like, I wanted to create like a Splinter Cell / Metal Gear Solid sort of mission.
I'll do it.
And I didn't understand all the triggers and everything like that. I got a little bit confused, and then I would tell the enemy to go to one place when one trigger would happen, and they'd end up running off in an opposite direction.
Yeah.
But it does confuse me, I got to admit. But you seem to have got the the grasp of it quite easily.
I figured I have to teleport things on there now, which is never a good thing.
It's totally confusing me, I got to admit.
Yeah, I'm still ridiculously confused, but anyway.
Anyway, you saw for the first time the other day Team America.
Yes. Yes.
By the advice of me, how did you find it?
Yes.
It's a very unique film. It's been out for obviously quite a few years now. I can't remember when it came out now, but I think I was in sixth form when it came out. Actually, that's quite a few years ago.
Yeah, it was good. Good.
It's you can see the South Park humour in it.
Yeah, it was very racist, isn't it?
Yeah, I got to admit, it is good fun, but you can't repeat many of the quotes of the film in public. But it's good fun, I got to admit. It's highly entertaining. And it takes the mick out of itself, which I think is probably one of the best qualities of it. But good film. God, I'm sure I saw a movie the other day and I can't remember what I saw now. Did I tell you that I went to go see Kick-Ass 2? Can't remember if I mentioned that now. I went to go see Kick-Ass 2. Very good film. I know the reviewers give it a bit of a mixed review. It's hard to describe because I enjoyed it personally, but I can understand why other people might not, because it doesn't really know what it wants to be. At one point it's like a teen stupid comedy, and then becomes a hardcore superhero 18 plus with gore and lots of shooting and then lots of swearing, and then goes back to being a teen comedy stupid thing. Oh, and has very at some point some emotional parts and stuff like that. So it doesn't really know what sort of film it wants to be, but it's quite entertaining. Jim Carrey's really good in it. Really, really good.
I didn't know Jim Carrey was in
it. It's hard to tell because actually in the trailer I didn't realise it was him until at the end it actually comes up really clear. It's starring Jim Carrey, but the actual character from the trailer I didn't actually recognise him.
Was it the army guy?
Yeah. Captain something or another, a bit like a Captain America sort of thing, but he looks more military. But no, that was a really good film. It's worth seeing. If you like the first one, you like superhero films and a bit of stupidity, it's worth seeing, I got to admit.
All I can remember is some guy getting beaten up.
From the first one?
Yeah.
That was Kick-Ass.
Okay then.
He gets beaten up a lot. But no, it was a good film all around. I got to. I mean, even my girlfriend enjoyed it, and at some point she was a bit cringy because some of the stuff was a bit OTT. But she walked out with, she couldn't stop laughing at it. She found it highly amusing. But on the gaming front, I played a little bit more Splinter Cell. I haven't really. I've done a bit of Arma with you guys. But other than that, I haven't really done a huge... I keep finding that I'm doing a lot more videos, putting up on YouTube, and I find it's taking a lot more of my time up. I need to structure my time out a little bit better, when to record and when to edit. And I think I need to find that sort of rhythm, I think, with it a little bit. I've done a few more updates to the website, a few little tweaks to it to make it a little bit more visually pleasing. You did an animation or a GIF for it, and we've added that to the website now.
I'm gonna make it better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I think it's good now. I think it's good now, but like just little tweaks and improvements all over the place. I think it's going to take time. It's a building process, and we're making our way through it steadily. But other than that, let's crack on with the news. So, first on the news agenda is actually Microsoft have announced the Xbox One release date. It'll be coming out in the UK on the 22nd of November, and it is the 8th. Well, that date will be the 8-year anniversary of when they released the Xbox 360. It'll be coming out in 13 countries initially. It'll be Australia, Austria, Brazil, Canada, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Mexico, New Zealand, Spain, the UK, of course, and the USA. It'll basically be going head to head with the PlayStation 4, which I think comes out a week later. It'll be on the 29th in the UK, but will be coming out in North America on the 15th, so slightly earlier.
Yeah.
What do you think with the release dates? At least coming in within weeks of each other.
Well, they always try and get pretty close, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Because the person that releases theirs first has the upper hand, as in they, someone wants the console, they might go ahead and go, yeah, well, I can't be bothered waiting, I'll just buy this one.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what happened 8 years ago.
But with basically looking at a lot of the stats on like Amazon and things like that, and the general sort of opinion, it seems that the PlayStation 4 has a lot more pre-orders than the Xbox One. But with the Xbox One coming out earlier in more countries than the PlayStation 4, do you think it's going to balance it out with a lot of people saying, I can't be bothered waiting for the PlayStation 4, I might go for the Xbox One? Do you think that's going to be a factor?
I don't know. Personally, I just think that the price difference is too much, so that might be why a lot of people are going for the PS4. Whereas I think I might wait till next summer when it's down to about, well, hopefully it'll go down.
Well, also, I'd actually just thought of this now. A lot of people actually get paid at the end of the month. And obviously with the PlayStation 4 coming at the end of the month, and with Xbox One coming on the midpoint, 22nd, which is just over the midpoint, that could also be coming into it, the fact that people might not actually have the money to be able to spend.
Yeah.
Like someone like myself, I haven't pre-ordered the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One, and I probably might not now. It's getting near the end because we won't be guaranteed a first day sort of launch.
No.
Console. So I'll quite happily wait maybe a week until it comes out. So I'll make sure I've got the money put off to one side for it.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna wait till after Christmas because at least then the prices will definitely drop.
I think especially with possibly some of the launch games and maybe some of the accessories as well. For both of them might just, not by much, not going to drop dramatically, but they may just dip off a $5 here or a $5 there.
I mean, there's only one reason why I want to get either an Xbox or a PS4 is for split screen games, because I've got a mate that comes around quite a lot, and well, there's not really that many split screen games for PC.
It seems to be a factor actually as time's going on more and more. It seems like the consoles are relying more on the internet for co-op. Where I remember back on the PlayStation 2 that you could quite easily pick up a 4-player co-op, 2-player co-op, but even just having 2-player co-op games now, it's quite hard to find them.
Yeah. What was I going to say? So, if you buy the Xbox One, by itself, it's $430, and then you want to get a second controller on top, that puts you up to...
Well, they actually announced the prices for the extra controllers. I've only got the American prices at present on. It'll be, for the Xbox One controller, it'll cost $59.99. Obviously, I don't have the UK prices, but I'm taking a wild guess that it's going to be about £50.
Yeah, so...
Or maybe £45 maybe for a Xbox controller.
So you add an extra controller on, that's £480.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you want any games to play on top of that...
Don't forget to have to pay for the AA batteries as well, which you're going to have to go in the controller.
And then you got your gold subscription.
Yep. It's about £5 a month, is it? Or is it a bit more than that?
40 a year.
40 a year, so let's say you pay for a full upfront £40.
I don't know if they're changing this for the new Xbox. I don't know.
I don't know. I know that the PlayStation Plus is about £40-45 each for a year.
Anyway, at the end of it, it's going to be over £500, which is just...
So it's going to be an expensive investment
Yeah.
If like I say, if you want to get that extra controller. Now, I think they have done a bundle where you can buy the Xbox One with an extra controller. I think they might have it on Amazon. Oh, I might be getting that confused with the PlayStation 4. But they have, one of them's definitely done a package. Excuse me.
Either way.
Which will include an extra controller, which you would want anyway, for those 2-player games, especially with that the Call of Duty Ghosts will include 2-player local online. You know what I mean? When you can do the split screen online locally, that will be included.
Along with the Halos, they'll probably have it just as like every previous, well, most previous Halos have had it. Gears of War.
Do you find that it does become a bit of an issue actually when you have friends around to be able to play games locally?
Well, I only have a PC at the moment. I don't have any consoles. So.
Oh right. Oh yes, that's right. You got rid of your 360, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I like Left 4 Dead and Borderlands 2 on PC. To be able to play those on split screen, you need to mod it, and that's kind of annoying because.
I've never actually. Well, I've noticed on Steam that on, for example, I think it was the Lego Lord of the Rings and things like that. Oh, and also the new game's coming out, which has just come out actually on Steam and Xbox 360, is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. And it says on Steam, local co-op. Now, how does that work on the PC? Do you just plug an extra controller in?
If you've got, say you got one wired controller, one person will use the controller, the other person will use a mouse and keyboard. If you've got a wireless receiver for like Microsoft, like Windows, you can just hook up, I think it's up to 4 controllers.
Onto that one wireless piece?
Yeah.
Oh, right, I thought you needed one wireless per controller.
No.
Oh, right. Oh, that's not too bad, I guess, then.
No.
I've never actually done co-op local play on the PC, so I have no idea.
Serious Sam 3 is local co-op.
I will play it soon.
It's crazy.
I know, I got to admit, well, you bought me that, didn't you?
I think
did I buy it?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like...
you got Serious Sam 2 for me. That's right.
Yeah, that wasn't what I thought it was.
But I haven't played either of them, actually, in all honesty, but I got to admit, I do need to sit down. It does look rather crazy.
Don't install the second one, install the third one.
Okay. Yeah.
The second one was...
It was a bit more cartoony, the second one.
It was bad.
But anyway, going back to the Xbox, so it's coming out literally just before the European, basically, how I look at it, it's just coming out before the European release of the PlayStation 4, but after the North American release of the PlayStation 4.
Yeah. Did you know that the Microsoft employees will be getting a white Xbox One?
Oh.
They're getting a special edition one.
Why?
Why? That's a good question.
Yeah, I'd be a really awkward Microsoft staff member, like, does it come in blue? Now, actually, another thing which I never even thought of, and then confirm this either, do you think they're going to do interchangeable panels like they did with the Xbox 360?
Faceplates?
Yeah.
I doubt it. I mean, does that look like it's got a faceplate?
No, it does look like a 1990s VHS player.
I think people will, they'll, what's it called, where they put like a... It's a very, very thin layer of this stuff that sticks
like
to
it.
Basically, they'll just
I know what you
reskin
mean.
it.
Yeah. So it's basically like a sticky back plastic almost sort of thing, but with a design on it.
Sort of, but you can get these really, really thin ones and it's like it's not even there.
Okay. Actually, yeah, I've never even thought about it. It's almost like it's a sticker, really, isn't it?
Oh, if you're really a skilled painter, you can try painting it and then spill all the paint in the fan and then...
I'll buy a PlayStation 4 instead.
And then you wasted £500. So.
Oh dear. But yeah, so we have now got both our launches for the consoles now. So it's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the work I'm going to have to put in for the AlwayzGamezTV website because I'm going to have to try and keep up it as much as possible. I'm struggling now, and it's still technically in the quiet period. But eventually, it's going to get absolutely nuts, and it's really exciting because a year from the launch, they're going to be constantly at each other and trying to one-up each other and try and beat each other. So
I'm quite interested to see. I mean, do you remember when the PS3 and the Xbox 360 first launched? Mm-hmm. And do you remember the sort of games that came out around that time?
I remember it was before Modern Warfare came out. They were Call of Duty 3. Was it Call of Duty 3?
Yeah, I think.
I remember playing that at Virgin Megastore back when they were up.
If you sort of think back then, and basically the graphics from that time to this time have got a lot better, even though it's still using the same technology. The games have got bigger, they've got more stuff in it. So if we see something like that with the new consoles, that'd be quite cool.
I mean, like 8 years down the line, with imagine what they are now.
Yeah.
Like I've heard that I don't play FIFA, but people who have played the new FIFA, which is coming out on the PlayStation 4, apparently they said it looks like watching a actual football match on TV. So it looks that good. Now, something that quality-wise, they said apparently the Call of Duty Ghosts difference between the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 is quite a lot more subtle. You'd have to put them side by side to notice the difference.
Yeah.
You won't go, wow, this looks so much more. It will be there, you just probably won't notice it as much.
You're right. One of the main differences in that is the anti-aliasing, so there won't be as many jagged edges. They'll be like smoothed out, which
probably it'd be distance rendering as well. Probably would be a bit more.
There'll be higher res textures, better meshes, and terrain details. Different like sampling. What am I trying to say? Is it multi-sampling?
It confuses me. I don't know. What about frame rate? Because I know a lot of the new consoles will be pushing 60 frames per second.
Yeah, they'll be doubling most of the games. I mean, is it Call of Duty that was already 60?
Was it already 60?
Yeah.
Oh right, I didn't realise.
I think it was Call of Duty that's already 60 and Battlefield was 30. I think I might be wrong. But
I know that all the PlayStation 3s do actually run the games at 30 frames per second.
Oh,
the present generation.
Call of Duty.
With the next gen will be higher than that. But anyway, let's move on to the next story. We talked a while actually about that. That was quite a good little waffle then. I like that. That was good. Good.
What did I just say?
What the fuck am I? Who are you? Oh, well, now I'm alone. Oh no!
Never do that again.
And next up on the no, I don't tell us, right?
Kojima.
Kojima. Up on the next story is Kojima did a bit of a tweet the other day, basically saying, "I've been ordering the art director Yoshi Shinakawa, I hope I said that right, to make the characters more erotic, and he did well. Recently I've been making characters this way, and I create settings thoroughly how he or she spent early life, name, style, favourite phrase, fashion, action to stand the character out. The initial target is to make you want to do cosplay or its figurine to sell well." I think the translation might have not been overly brilliant there, but so yeah, basically Kojima's tweeting saying that he wants to make the characters look sexier or more erotic. I was going to do the quotation sort of things, but it wouldn't be pretty hopeless for the podcast. But more erotic to encourage more cosplay and the selling of figurines. Now, before we go any further, before we mention the first bit of that, what concerns me of the last bit of that is actually where he says the selling of figurines. Now, and I know that's not the bit you expected me to focus on, but that worries me because all I think is someone who wants to get more money. Do you know what I mean? The more like, for example, the movie Batman and Robin, back when George Clooney and the other guy did it back from the late 90s or early 90s, which was a terrible, terrible film with Arnold Schwarzenegger who played it Mr. Freeze.
I don't know, I've never seen that film.
Okay, it's the worst ever, don't bother.
Okay.
But the idea apparently was they actually created toys and then wrote the film that included the toys. So for example, Batman, they already knew what Batman was going to look like because they created a toy for it. So then they wrote a story around that. And that's what... I know it's not that. Kojima's not like that. He's a very, very artistic and creative person. And his Metal Gear Solid franchise, should I say, is fantastic. It is really good. But as soon as I read that, my alarm bells were just going off a little bit. And I had to realise who was saying it. And he doesn't maybe mean it how I interpret it. But seriously, don't watch that Batman film. They've got bat nipples on the suit. It's really, really disturbing. Seriously. Seriously, you. I'll show you a trailer of it then. I'm alright. But then also a lot of other people obviously jumped onto the fact of his tweet that he said that he wanted to create the characters more erotic. Now, a lot of people have been putting up comments saying that he's been a perv and that he's been disgusting and all this sort of thing. Now, in games, they're very different to films. Games are always going to have a bit of a gap, in my opinion. For example, let's look at Dead or Alive's boob physics that they seem to focus on a lot, and then they remove them and everybody complains that they ain't got enough boob physics, so they put them back in again and everybody complains they've got more boob physics again. No one's ever going to be happy. They've made a sniper character called Quiet, and I've shown you an image of her, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's basically wearing a bikini with tights and combat boots, and of course holding a sniper rifle. Now I think it looks alright. I'm not complaining, but I guess it is quite revealing sort of costume. It's not what a military person would be probably wearing.
No.
Admittedly, it'd be very distracting if you bumped into it. You probably wouldn't shoot straight away, but it's. Yeah, maybe he has taken it a little bit far with this, and he's always been a bit tongue-in-cheek with the Metal Gear Solid franchise. If you look back at Sniper Wolf from Metal Gear Solid 1, which originally came out on the PlayStation 1, she wore a uniform and she had the zip right down to her belly button pretty much, and you could see her boobs, but not revealing the whole of the bosom, you would say. And then I think in the second one they had another character who, I think she had a railgun. I totally can't think of the life of me the name of the character. And she wore, she didn't wear anything on her legs or anything like that. It was kind of a swim costume pretty much. And then in number 3 you had Ava, who unzips herself right down to below her belly button and has a bra showing all the way through the game pretty much. And then, I don't think there was any in number 4. Well, in number 4 they actually had 4 female models, which each model played a bad guy, and they wore a mechanical suit around them. And then once you defeated the enemy, the person would come out, and there would actually be a model in real life that this person was an actual person, and they'd be very attractive and all that sort of thing. So it's always been quite erotic, I guess, in some ways, but it seems to have maybe just overstepped the mark with this character. But I think his comments about it, maybe emphasising on it, has maybe put a bit of the spotlight on it. Whether or not, I think maybe it's Kojima just having his way. He's very good with the media, and he knows how to bring focus onto the game quite easily by saying something like this and make it a bit controversial. So it'll automatically people be disgusted, but everybody's talking about it, so they're talking about the game. Now you haven't played Metal Gear Solid.
No.
Are you interested in playing the new one?
The trailer looked good. Yeah.
It does look good. I got to admit the quality. It's new Fox engine that they've created, which does look really, really good. But see, you've just seen the trailer a bit. Do you know anything about the story or?
No.
No. Okay, well, we'll move on here. Anyway, I mentioned about the Fox engine. Another thing he also went on that Kojima Productions will not be making the Fox engine available to smaller companies due to licensing difficulties. Basically, like the idea of the Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine goes everywhere.
Yeah.
This is a disappointment in some ways, mainly because I think the engine looks fantastic. I think the quality of the environment looks brilliant, and it's a shame a lot of other companies who could be very, very creative with it can't get a hold of it. But yeah, that's my personal opinion on that. Anything to say on that?
They may change their mind later on.
Well, yeah. Just it's a licensing difficulty, so it doesn't mean that they don't want to.
Yeah.
So, basically Kojima went to say a lot of maintenance will be involved if we were to get the Fox engine in workable enough state to license it. As a result, at the moment, there are no plans to license it to schools or other organisations. So it must be a complicated coding or something to be able to develop for it. And maybe because they were the ones who created, they understand it a little bit easier.
Maybe.
I guess it was a case a bit like with the PlayStation 3 when that came out. Nobody could develop games for it hardly, or they struggled to, because the coding was so hard. Mainly because I think it was the cell processor that they created, Sony did. It was a little bit difficult to code for, but it had good results once you'd done it. But trying to learn how to do it was the problem.
Grand Theft Auto!
Grand Theft Auto! So, as you might have guessed, the rest of the podcast pretty much is going to be talking about Grand Theft Auto. Seems that it's coming out next Tuesday, which is going to be the 17th of September, as far as I can remember. Yeah, 17th of September. Do you have it pre-ordered? No, because you don't have a console.
I have a Game Boy Color. No.
Game Boy Color?
I know, I do, yeah. I have Rayman for it.
Rayman Legends out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think it's out on the Game Boy Color. Anyway, I don't even know where to go with this question now. If you had a console, would you pre-order it?
No, I'd wait. No, I'd just wait. If I got a new console, I'd get it on that.
Yeah.
I am going to wait for it on PC because it's been confirmed now.
One of our friends actually did. Has it been confirmed? I did read somewhere that it might be coming out back at the end of the year.
It's been sort of confirmed by someone from Nvidia.
Right.
So
It'd be interesting to see when that might come out. Is it meant to be coming out back end of the year?
Yeah, hopefully.
That'll be good if it does, because it opens up a lot of the PC.
I really hope that it's open to modding like GTA 4, but more so like San Andreas, because that's a lot easier to mod than GTA 4. I mean, people have made a Hulk mod for GTA 4, and a Spider-Man mod and a Superman mod, but then there's like completely separate side, like making a Jurassic Park mod for San Andreas and a Stargate mod and all that kind of crap.
It does. It really does literally open up the game to the modding community, like you say, and I think the modding community has certainly grown.
Oh yeah.
Drastically. I think maybe it's just me. I've certainly come into the idea of modding, or come to understand it a little more since DayZ sort of came out, and showed maybe the larger population what modding can actually do and how enjoyable it can be. It's not just like a little effect or anything like that. It's actually full game modes that can be created.
Team Fortress started out as a mod.
Yes, I did. That was before I really got into my PC gaming.
Did Counter-Strike, did that start out as a mod as well? I can't remember.
I think it did actually, yeah.
And Gary's mod, well...
Gary's mod! Hey, you mean that's just a standalone game, isn't it? I didn't realise that was anything to do with mods.
Really? Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, no, I have not pre-ordered it, but I'm kind of wishing I did now. There's still time.
I'd rather wait and see it like with decent graphics than see it in shoddy old graphics.
How dare you, sir?
Have you seen the trailers for the Xbox and the PS3 version? They look a bit dated.
Shut up. Anyway, so I'm gonna get it. But now I am looking forward to it, mainly because I really want to get back into the world of GTA, and hopefully, I didn't really enjoy number 4 as much as I was wanting to enjoy it a lot, and it didn't pull me in.
No, I didn't like it very much.
It was something about it. It just didn't twig with me.
Multiplayer was fun, but I didn't really...
Yeah, that was nuts.
I didn't stick to the story very much.
No, I usually got to the same point every time and then stopped.
I got to the point where that guy was taking whale hormones or something, pheromones.
Oh, and he got that really muscular guy.
Completely nuts, taking whale.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, it was like meant to be steroids, but it wasn't steroids. It was something else. Yeah, I do remember. It just didn't pull me in, but I think the idea of the 3 characters and being able to interswitch between them and be able to almost, it looks like the idea that you can create or plan your own bank heists and things like that, and there's that's a part which I'm really enjoying, the strategic part of it.
Speaking of GTA, they were talking about it on Radio 1 a couple of days ago, about the music scores and everything, and each character has their own type of music
to go alongside what
to go with them. Yeah, there's over 200 and odd tracks in the game.
That's parts of what I like about with Rockstar and everything like that. They add the little details, the background stuff, and sometimes if you were just a general person, you could probably just accept it straight away. Oh yeah, that's Grand Theft Auto, that's what it does. Yeah, but a lot of games don't have this. They don't have a lot of those fine little details, which that's probably what takes the game so long to create.
I think they said it was like something like they're adding in 17 radio stations, something like that, and they've all got these wacky... I used to love
listening to the chat shows.
Yeah,
funny, wasn't it? Vice City used to have VCPR, and I think I actually got them on my iPhone, the actual whole chat shows, because I think it's about 4 hours, and it was so funny to listen to and the stupidity. And the thing about it, they actually recorded all this as well, and all it was on one little radio show on Vice City, which came out on the PlayStation 2. Yeah. I remember it so much, and you could have easily just flicked through it and not even listened to it. It's going to be certainly interesting.
Yeah.
But I think they've taken what all the other sort of GTAs had, and they seem to have built upon it. And they've taken a lot of ideas from, because they did obviously Red Dead.
Yeah.
Which I think is a fantastic game, because I love westerns and everything like that. So that really brought it in for me. I loved that.
It's a real shame that didn't go to PC.
Did you play that in the end?
I've played it on Xbox. Yeah.
Xbox. Yeah, I got to admit it's a shame, and I hope there's still a possibility it could still come across to PC. I'm kind of touch wood, keep fingers crossed. I hope they do bring it across because I think it'll be a serious waste. But imagine if it does come across with enhanced textures and things like that. That would be great if it ever did.
People had modded the BFG gun in from Doom and all sorts of crap like that.
Robotic horses. What's that old cartoon show from the 80s that used to have that?
I don't know.
Anyway, sorry, I'm going off into tangent. But no, I got to admit, with Grand Theft Auto literally just around the corner, I am extremely excited, and I'm probably going to end up doing a Monday night look around, like finding out where they've got it in stock, and rushing off Monday or Tuesday morning before I start work, or maybe after work. I might call in sick.
You'd be very, very lucky to get hold of it.
I know. Kind of hope I did now. It's only 60. I don't know if I could get on the internet to the podcast actually.
Get in touch with Arnie down at Fusion. I'm sure he'll be there.
Yeah, well, I know. I noticed he put up. But just in case you don't know, that's our local game shop. He did put up a Facebook message saying that he was running low on pre-orders, but I might get in contact with him and see if.
Yeah, I mean, send him a message tomorrow. I'm sure he'll. If there are any left, he'll put one aside for you.
Actually, but yeah, so it's basically one of the most sought after games I think at this last part of the year, and it's a good job the consoles are probably coming out after this because this probably would outshine some of the news. Because literally, I've been trying to keep my eye on the news lately and what's been announced, and there's not a lot has been said this last couple of weeks, except GTA. Jets.
And planes.
And planes.
And there was in one of the trailers you saw someone crash into a wall and it just crumbled.
Out of Josh, what would you say was the best GTA game you played?
I like San Andreas.
Same here. That was my favourite one.
It was just so much fun. I mean, if you remember not the Ballers, the third, what are they called?
Which ones?
CJ's gang. What are they called?
Oh, Grove Street. Street.
Well, that was being developed at around the same time as Saints Row.
All right.
Saints Row 1.
Mm-hmm.
And originally the Saints were going to be green. But because GTA sort of made their Grove Street Saints
Grove Street gang.
green first, that's to say Saints.
He says, not really Saints, but
they made them green first. So the Saints Row guys, they decided to make the Saints purple after the Ballers.
Yeah.
So
because the Ballers were the main gang against the Grove Street, and then there was the Mexicans who were yellow. That wasn't racist in the slightest. They dressed in yellow on the map.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Anyway, sorry. I forgot what I was going to say now. Basically, yeah. Also, Rockstar have also said that just be aware of. There may be some GTA 5 leaks coming out, and not to try and get it spoiled for you, and just be careful because it's going to be very much like a new book or a new film that's going to be coming out, where there's going to be a lot of spoilers going out there, and unless you want them ruined for you, start closing your ears off to a lot of different things.
Yeah. Submarines.
Is there?
Yeah, it's in the trailer.
Don't spoil. I'm joking.
One of their main characters was in a little yellow submarine.
Oh. I actually didn't see that.
They should have a nuclear sub, yeah.
You and your bombs. God damn it, Gary. So, other than that, really, I haven't really got much else on the news list except basically us talk. It basically just says talk more about GTA. Did you ever play the original GTA that got released? The first one.
Yeah, I've got it on my PC. Little bird's eye view.
It was actually the first ever game I got on the PlayStation 1, which I probably shouldn't have done because I was about 11 at the time.
Well, at least you're not like an 8-year-old playing Call of Duty.
True.
Or
but then I look at it back then. It was very simplistic. It was bird's eye view. You couldn't really understand what people said that much. It wasn't too bad, I guess. But whereas now everything's a lot more visual. Things are looking more realistic as time goes along.
Oh yeah.
And the taboo line has been drawn a little bit further away than what it used to be. So I think if anything, I played it a lot younger than I should have. It was an 18 at the time, but I got shielded and grew up by the time Grand Theft Auto, like I'd say 3 was the first one what really started, well, it was the first 3D environment for the GTAs. And that's when it started to really start showing off some of the grittiness and the grime and the violence that the game, because it is a violent game, and it's, you know, it has drugs, it has all that. And I was at a good age then. Well, I was 18 by that point, so I could quite easily play that. And then obviously San Andreas came along, and then number 4. And actually, I never talked about it. I actually played Grand Theft Auto London, which was like an expansion for the first one. That was great fun. I don't know if you ever played that one.
No.
It was like as if the city was not designed like London. It had London elements, but nothing was in the right place. It was like as if it had been designed by somebody who'd never been to London.
An American.
However, it was developed in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
all Rockstar is obviously based in Scotland, and all the GTAs have been developed in Scotland, which I think is quite cool. They've never been developed outside of Scotland.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
That is one of the things that Scotland should be very proud of. I think it's actually a lot of the designing or head designers are actually from London, but it's made up in Scotland. Anyway, let's move on to the top 10 UK chart. So, giving you a rundown of the top 10 UK charts. At number 10 is Farming Simulator 2013. Anyway, at number 9 is Rayman Legends. New in at number 8 is Killzone Mercenaries. At number 7 is Payday 2. At number 6 is Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition. At number 5 is Disney Infinity. At number 4 is Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist. New in at number 3 is Diablo 3, which is not really new in, but it's moved up. We'll talk about that in a minute. At number 2 is Rome Total War 2. And at number 1, still holding its own, is Saints Row 4. I said new in for Diablo 3. It's actually moved up to the charts due to the fact that it's been released on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and that's bolstered the sales of it, so that's why it's moved up in the charts. But I just categorise the games up into all one sort of release. So, for example, Payday 2 came out on PlayStation 3 and Xbox, and PC, of course, so I just combined it into one. I'm not entirely sure why Farming Simulator 2013 seems to have got into the UK top 10 charts.
Well, I think the Yogscast might have been playing that for a bit. So are you a big YouTube thing?
I didn't realise that.
And I think it might have been on sale at some point.
Yes, actually thinking about it, I think it was on sale on Steam maybe for 24 hours, something like that, or 48 hours.
There's some mods for that where you can have a Bugatti Veyron in there for some reason. I don't know why you'd want to...
Harvesting wheat.
I don't know why you'd really want to do that.
You do it very fast. But looking at what's coming up in the near future, Kingdom of Hearts... I don't even know what date we're on. We're on the 11th, aren't we, in the month? So we're going to do the Kingdom of Hearts HD 1.5 remix. Yeah. I don't know how that really works.
I never played that game.
I never got into Kingdom Hearts.
I don't even know what it is.
Okay, I do know what it is. It's basically an intermix of Disney characters with like a Final Fantasy sort of element. So they'll have like that sort of like anime-looking character, and then you would come across different Disney characters would come into it, such as Mickey and Donald Duck and stuff like that. It's actually a very, very good RPG. I've just never really played it. It's just never really crossed my path. It's got a big fan following. Coming out on the 13th is Puppeteer. And of course, Grand Theft Auto 5 will be coming out next Tuesday on the 17th of September. Near the back end of the month, FIFA 14. And that's about it, really. I think Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to be definitely number 1. Well, it comes out on the Tuesday, so it won't come into next week's UK chart. So, the week after, maybe. But, have you got anything planned for this next 2 weeks? Working.
I can't remember now, to be honest.
It is getting late, actually. Other than trying to hunt down a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5, probably won't be doing much else and probably doing videos for it, all being well. And seeing me getting blown up on multiplayer. Oh no, multiplayer's coming 2 weeks after the single player release.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jets. But yeah, no, thank you very much for joining us again on the AlwayzGamezTV podcast. And we will see you in 2 weeks' time. Don't forget to check us out on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And don't forget to check out our website, which is www.alwayzgametv.com. I'd ask about your Twitter account, Tom, but how is it?
I posted 3 things.
Hey!
I don't know what I posted. Something about a film, Oblivion, that I watched.
Oh, yes, you did watch Oblivion.
Yeah.
Quickly, before we finish.
And Team America. Yeah.
How was Oblivion?
It was good.
Good? Tom Cruise?
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, good.
I watched Minority Report as well, Tom Cruise film.
I like Minority Report.
It's quite a deep film, isn't it?
Yeah, I got to admit, it's one of the sort of films where I think a lot of people are a bit, when it first came out, a bit, I'm not too sure, but I think over time it seems to have, a lot more people seem to have warmed to it. But, do you want to say your Twitter account? At Outcast Reaver with K.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
I know it before you know it.
I don't go on it very much, yeah.
And same on YouTube, Outcast Reaver with a K. Right?
Yeah, still only one video up on there, so...
It's a good video though.
Is it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I didn't like it.
But like I say, guys, also, before we go, if you've got any questions for the podcast, we have not had a single question or any feedback to any of the podcasts. I'll probably set up a special email for it. But if anybody's got any questions or anything that you want us to discuss or anything along those lines, just leave us a tweet on our Twitter account or leave a Facebook message and we'll read it out.
Or, just leave a comment on YouTube.
Yeah, leave a comment on YouTube. And don't forget, you can also access the podcast on iTunes as well. So if you want to listen to it on the go. But other than that, I don't think you can access AlwayzGamezTV anywhere else as of yet. I think I've covered everything.
Is it on the website?
The podcast will be on the website, yes.
Oh, there we go.
But hopefully, guys, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for joining me, Tom.
Yeah, no problem.
See you later, guys. Hi, welcome to the AlwayzGamezTV podcast. I am Roger Knowles, and this is a 20... No, it's not. Oh, it's hanging.
Right.
Ah.